They promised a standard match. So why did I end up with an alien warrior princess? Evan's fingers closed around the ceremonial blade thrust into his hand. The hilt hummed with alien warmth, heavier than it looked. He blinked at the robed figure before him, Ari Knox, his assigned interpreter, her scaled face twisted in impatience. You signed the contract, Ari snapped in clipped English. Now swear the oath. Princess awaits. Evan glanced around the vast war hall. No clinic chairs or compatibility scanners. Instead, armored warriors lined the walls, their eyes gleaming under vaulted ceilings etched with battle scars. Banners rippled from holographic storms. He'd expected a dating interview, not this. The crowd parted. Princess Kayla Veer strode forward. She towered 7 feet, her lithe frame wrapped in iridescent scale mail that shifted like living armor. Crimson eyes locked on him unblinking. A plasma lance hung at her hip, humming faintly. Human, she rumbled, voice like grinding gravel translated through Ares' earpiece. Evan Holt. You seek alliance with House Vire? Evan tightened his grip on the blade. Yeah. The match program said standard protocol. Kayla's lip curled, revealing fangs. Protocol demands blood oath. Duel me. Bind or break. Murmurs rippled through the hall. Evan spotted a sly figure in the shadows. Chancellor Cern, his robes embroidered with ministerial coils. Smirking, Ari hissed, refuse, and the contract voids. You leave penniless. Evan weighed the blade. No edge he could see, but it vibrated against his palm. Back home, he'd fixed starship engines with less drama. Improvise. Fine, he said. But standard rules? Kayla laughed, a bark that echoed. She drew her own blade, shorter and serrated. First blood claims oath. Yield, and you cohabit as consort trial. The hall fell silent. Evan raised his blade, mimicking a fencing stance from old vids. Kayla lunged. Her strike blurred. Evan sidestepped by instinct, the blade whistling past his ear. Heat singed his sleeve. He countered low, aiming for her thigh. She parried effortlessly, but her eyes widened fractionally. You move, untaught? Practical, Evan grunted, dodging a overhead chop that cratered the stone floor. Warriors gasped. Kayla pressed, blades clashing and sparks. Evan twisted, using her momentum to hook her ankle. She stumbled, barely, but recovered with a snarl. Her tip nicked his forearm. Blood welled, hot and red. The hall erupted in cheers. Kayla lowered her blade, oath-bound. You bleed Vire colors. Evan pressed his wound. It stung, but no gash. That's it? Ari shoved a binding cloth at him. Wrap and follow. Cohabitation begins now. Warriors herded him through corridors pulsing with bioluminescent veins. Kayla walked ahead, silent. Evan trailed, arm throbbing. They entered her quarters. A Spartan fortress of weapon racks and strategy holos. No bed, a raised platform with furs. Ari sealed the door. 7 cycles, Kayla said. Prove compatibility. Fail, annulment. Evan scanned the room. Any ground rules? Kayla stripped her gauntlets, muscles rippling under sapphire scales. Survive my trials. Court watches. Ari smirked. Rest. Tomorrow. Ritual hunt. The door hissed shut behind her. Evan sat on the platform, pulse racing. Kayla ignored him, sharpening her lance. He probed his cut, clean slice, clotting fast. Nice place. Cozy. She glanced over. Humans just in captivity? Trial marriage, he corrected. Not captivity. Her eyes narrowed. Same blade, cuts both ways. Sleep evaded him. Kayla meditated across the room, motionless. Dawn light filtered through armored slits. Ari arrived with trays, raw protein slabs for Kayla, synthesized rations for him. Ritual 1, Unity Vow, Invoke Ancestors. Evan chewed the bland bar. Contract has clauses. Safety review first? Kayla paused mid-bite. What? He pulled up the hollow contract on his wrist pad. Standard Terran alien matchstock. Clause 17B. Joint risk assessment before high protocol rituals. Your hunt sounds risky. Ari snatched the pad, scales paling. Loophole. Archaic, but binding. Kayla growled. Delay tactics? Common sense. Evan said. We review gear, terrain. No point dying day 1. The princess stood, looming. For a heartbeat he thought she'd strike. Then she nodded curtly. Convened, now. Engineers swarmed, projecting hunt maps. Jagged alien canyons. Predator swarms. Evan pointed. Storms here. Shields calibrated. A tech blinked. Human concerns irrelevant. Make them relevant, Kyla snapped. He invokes claws. Evan sketched adjustments on the holo. Reinforced harnesses, signal flares. Humans improvise. This prevents fails. Kayla watched, arms crossed. Her tail flicked. Approval. Techs implemented changes without argument. Review cleared. But as they exited, Chancellor Sir intercepted. Princess, Sir purred, his voice oily through translation. This human twists protocols. Non-compliant. Kayla stiffened. He follows code. Sir's eyes slid to Evan. Public compliance test required. Arena, tomorrow. Standard trials. Endurance, fealty. Bond-proof, Ari translated. Whispering, he's stacking deck. Fail 1. Match breaks. Evan met CERN's gaze. Fine, schedule it. Kayla gripped her lance. You face it? Evan nodded. Earned trust, right? Let's see. CERN smiled thinly. The arena hungers. Back in quarters, Kayla paced. CERN schemes. Wants me wed to his puppet lord. Evan unpacked his liaison kit. Multi-tool, med patches. Why me then? Match AI selected, 89% viability. She stopped, studying him. You're calm. Unusual. He patched a scrape. Just practical. Humans adapt. She sat nearby, closer than before. Tomorrow. Survive. Or I end it myself. Evan extended a hand. Deal. Her claws engulfed it. Gentle pressure. Warmth spread. First crack in the armor. Night fell. Evan lay alert, blade within reach. Kayla's breathing slowed beside him. Ari's comm buzzed pre-dawn. CERN rigged the first trial. Poison vines. Humans allergic? Evan slipped out, whispering back. Kayla stirred but didn't wake. He raided the armory, coating his gear with neutralizer from his kit. Humans survived worse. Arena dawn broke. Crowds roared from tiered seats. CERN announced, compliance test. Endurance weave. Vines writhed in the pit below, thorns glistening. Kayla leaped down first, lance flashing. Evan followed, heart steady. Together? She nodded once. Trust flickered, vines lashed. Kayla slashed a path. Evan dodged, spraying neutralizer. Thorns recoiled from him, not her. Impossible! CERN bellowed from above. Kayla glanced back, eyes wide. Your preparation. Teamwork, Evan said, severing a coil around her leg. They broke free. Cheers thundered. CERN's face twisted. Fealty next. Kayla pulled Evan close amid the din. You fight well, human. Evan, he said. Her scales flushed faintly. Evan. But CERN's voice boomed. Second trial. Blood packed with the arena beast. Kayla's claws slammed the outer panel. Security breach. Containment protocol. Evan froze mid-bite, synth protein bar halfway to his mouth. Crumbs dusted the low table in her quarters. The doors hissed shut, seals locking with a hydraulic whine. He was alone now. Trapped. What the hell? He dropped the bar and lunged for the panel. Locked. No access codes. Her voice echoed through the intercom. Human! Cease nutrient intake! Guards inbound. Evan scanned the room. Spartan. Weapon racks lined one wall. Sleeping ledge dominated the center, barely wide enough for two. No chairs, no fridge, just her gear and a nutrient dispenser humming in the corner. He'd woken early, post-arena adrenaline still buzzing. The blood-packed trial? They'd survived it too. Kayla's lance pinning the beast while he jammed its maw with a severed vine coil. CERN's scowl had deepened. Now this. He'd improvised breakfast from his liaison kit. Bar, water pouch, quick stretch. Routine, normal. Apparently not here. Guards thumped outside. Ari's voice cut in via comm. Evan Holt, stand down. Princess deems your meal a biohazard ritual. Evan keyed his wrist unit. Ari, tell her it's just breakfast. Protein. No threat. Laughter crackled. To her, you're summoning spirits with that processed sludge. Buyer clan taboos. Exposed food equals vulnerability display. Invites assassins. Great. He sat back, hands visible, doors unsealed. Kayla stormed in first, lance in grip, scales bristling. 2 guards flanked her, plasma rifles leveled. Ari trailed, tablet glowing. "You march into my sanctum," Kyla growled, "and enact sabotage protocols?" Her eyes locked on the half-eaten bar. Evan stood slowly, palms out. "Sanctum? This our shared quarters now?" She thrust the lance tip inches from his chest. Trial 1 passed. Fealty beast subdued. Protocol demands cohabitation. House rules. Weapons accessible. Sleep shifts alternate. No unsanctioned modifications. Breach equals termination. Ari translated nuances, her tail flicking.
"She means it, human. Fire warriors bond through shared vigilance."
Evan nodded. "Got it. But I need basics. Sleep, eat, workspace." He gestured to the ledge. "That fits you? Not 2. Kayla's gaze narrowed. "Endure." He didn't argue. Not yet. Guards withdrew. Doors resealed. Kayla sheathed her lance. Rest cycle ends at zenith. Prepare for court audit. She claimed the ledge. Evan unrolled his kit mat on the floor. Sleep came fitful, blade under pillow. Dawn cycle triggered lights. Evan rose first. Quarters felt like a cage. No privacy, no outlets. He scanned for power nodes. Standard liaison trick. Found one behind a panel. Plugged in his breather, humidifier, and a low-light lamp. Humans needed humidity. Arena dust still clogged his throat. Next, the nutrient dispenser. He bypassed its lock with a kit probe. Easy civilian tech. Programmed a human cycle. Coffee simulant, balanced carbs. Reorganizing followed. He shifted a weapons crate aside, made room for his fold table. Stacked ration packs neatly, hung a privacy drape from ceiling hooks, kit standard for field shares. Alarms blared, red strobes flashed. Structural violation, orders breach. Evan yanked the drape down. Too late, doors flew open, Kyla burst in, armor half donned, fury etched on her face. "Saboteur!" Guards piled in. Evan raised hands, just organizing. Efficiency. She seized his arm, claws pricking. "You reroute power? Tamper dispensers?" "This triggers sector lockdown." Ari shoved through, court-wide alert. Cern's already spinning at his espionage. Kayla dragged him out. Corridors blurred, guards parting for her. Evan kept pace, no resistance. "Explain," she snarled. "Space optimization. Humans share quarters in tight ops. Needs air, light, food cycle. Yours chokes me." They hit the medic bay. Doors slammed. A robed Veer healer scanned him, probes whirring. Kyla loomed. Verify his biology. Reckless. Ignores warnings. Evan sat still. "What warning?" Ari tapped her tablet. "Dispenser toxin advisory. Vire spores deter saboteurs. Itch rash for us. Lethal to soft skins." Healer grunted. "Human dermis impermeable." No reaction. Anomalous resilience. Kayla's tail lashed. He bypassed safeguards. Ate forbidden bar. Now rewires my quarters? Evan met her eyes. Adapted, like the vines. Neutralizer worked because I prepped. "Let me prep here." Sheila cleared him. Compatible. No contaminants. Kyla hauled him back to quarters. Alarms silenced. Guards grumbled retreat. Inside, she eyed his changes. Table set. Humid air misting, coffee scent wafting. "Revert," she ordered. Evan crossed arms. "Negotiate. Daily protocol exchange. I attend your Veer briefings. You attend mine. Human normal." Her scales rippled. Amusement? Insolent. Ari smirked. "Bold. Liaison. She crushes lesser consorts." Kayla paced. "Terms? 1 cycle. You survive my court gauntlet unarmed. I endure your briefing." "Deal." Evan extended hand. She clasped it. Firmer this time. Heat lingered. Cycle shifted. Evan led the briefing in quarters. Kayla sat rigid on the ledge. Guards dismissed by her order. Ari observed, translating idioms. "Human normal," Evan started, projecting hollow from wrist unit. "Touch for trust. Handshakes seal pacts." He demonstrated on Ari. She yelped, then grinned. Kalea mimicked. Claws retracted. Grip solid. Food shared builds bonds. He split a fresh bar, offered half. She sniffed. Bit cautiously, chewed. Adequate fuel. Space, personal yet communal. He adjusted drape. Privacy alcove. Reduces tension. She tested it, slipped behind, emerged flushed. Efficient. Court chime sounded. Ari stood. Audit now. Surin awaits. Kaela donned full armor. Your gauntlet begins, Evan Holt. They marched to the grand hall, tiered seats filled with nobles. Surin stood central dais, robes swirling. Princess Kayla Veer, human consort. Protocol audit. Prove alliance viability. Kaela shoved Evan forward. Speak, human.
Surin smiled thinly. Liaison Holt.
Recite Ver fealty codes. Evan blanked. No prep. Ari whispered via comm. Improvise. Honor through action. He stepped up. Fealty. Earned in arena. Vines dodged. Beast tamed. Quarters secured. That's my code. Murmurs rippled. Surin leaned in. Quarters breach? You're doing? Evan shrugged. Optimized. No losses. Surin's eyes gleamed. Then prove devotion. Public pact trial. He unveiled a pedestal. Glowing chalice. Drink the Veer bond elixir. Binds life forces. Incompatible perish. Kyla tensed beside him. Unscheduled. Surin tradition. Surin cut or forfeit match. Crowd hushed. Evan eyed the chalice. Ari comment frantic. Toxin cocktail. Warriors metabolize. Humans unknown. Kyla gripped his shoulder. Claws dimpled skin. Not drawing blood. Refuse. Evan met her gaze. Trust flickered there. Earned. He lifted the chalice. Together? She nodded. Took her share. They drank in sync. Liquid burned. Vision swam. Evan steadied on the pedestal. Kayla swayed, then straightened, pulling him upright. Cheers erupted. Surin paled. Impossible. Bond forms? Keela rushed forward. Scanned. Synced vitals. Cross-species resonance. Kayla's hand stayed on Evan's back. Protective. Audit passed. Nobles roared approval. Surin retreated, face ashen. Back in quarters, doors sealed. Kayla shed armor. Your briefing, effective. She sat at his table. Accepted coffee simulant. Evan poured. Yours too. Learning curve. Ari slipped out, winking. Protocol exchange continues. Kayla's scales warmed hue. Evan. Tomorrow, advanced rights. Combat spar. Unarmed. He grinned. Human style? Her laugh rumbled low. Veer rules. Adapt. Night Kayla's claws dug into Evan's arm as she hauled him through the arena's vaulted gates. Stone floors echoed under their boots. Hollow barriers flickered to life, sealing the space. A squad of Veer warriors lined the walls, scales gleaming under harsh lights, staffs at ready. Choose, Kayla barked. She thrust him toward a rack of weapons, serrated blades, shock lances, plasma whips. Ritual spar, first test of the advanced rights. Prove alliance strength, or break. Evan scanned the array, no familiar shapes. His liaison training kicked in. Adapt, don't escalate. He plucked a padded training baton. Foam-wrapped, non-lethal, balanced for deflection, not kill strikes. This, Kayla's ridges flared. Laughter rippled from the squad. Toy for hatchlings. You mock Veer honor? Practical. Evan twirled it once. Light. Responsive. He dropped into a loose stance, feet planted wide. She snatched a shock lance. Humming tip crackled blue. Begin. She lunged, a blur of muscle and scale. Evan sidestepped. Her lance grazed air. He hooked the baton's tip under her elbow, twisted leverage. Momentum yanked her forward. He pivoted, foot sweeping her ankle. She crashed down, lance skittering away. Arena gasped. Kayla rolled up, eyes wide, human footwork. Unseen. Jiu-jitsu basics. Evan offered a hand. She ignored it, rising alone. Bond elixir hummed in his veins, her pulse synced faint with his. Steady. Ari Knox hovered at the edge, compad glowing. Protocol. One fall yields. Evan wins round. Kayla snarled. Insufficient. Predator drill. Full formation. She signaled. Squad dropped into hunt stance. 6 warriors crouched low, circling. Claws extended, growls vibrating the air. Unarmored human center. Break him. Panic response would forfeit the match. Evan's heart kicked up. Not fear. Calculation. Veer predators. Pack hunters. Feints from flanks. He gripped the baton tighter. Your rules. Adapt. They struck. 2 from front. Fangs bared. Flanks closed. Evan ducked the first slash, baton cracking a knee guard. Warrior stumbled. He spun, using the body as shield. Second attacker barreled in. Evan dropped low, shoulder checked her gut. Air whooshed from her lungs. She folded. Pack reformed instant. Kayla prowled opposite, directing with gestures. Corner him. Evan backed toward a hollow wall. No escape. Squad tightened. Claws scraped stone. He breathed even. Liaison Sims. Outnumbered. Redirect energy. Spot the leader. Kayla's second. Scar on muzzle. Faint left. Real/right. Evan parried. Baton locking the wrist. He yanked, pulling her into the next attacker's path. Collision. Both down. 4. Left. They roared, charging en masse. Evan vaulted a fallen staff, landed rolling, came up inside their circle. Baton whipped, cracked to pressure points. Thigh. Elbow. Non-lethal drops. Kayla leaped over her squad. Claws raked for his back. Evan anticipated. Dropped flat. Her momentum carrying her past. He swept both legs. She hit hard, breath exploding. Silence fell. Warriors groaned, rising slow. Evan stood amid them, baton loose at his side. Chest heaved, but eyes calm. Reset? Kayla pushed up. Scales flushed deep crimson. Anger? Awe? She waved the squad off. Drill ends. He redirects. Ari clapped once, sharp, unorthodox. Effective. Veer doctrine notes, no solo counters full hunt. Evan extended the baton. Butt first. Water bottle from his belt. Hydrate. Bruises heal. Kayla took it. Drank deep. Her claws brushed his fingers deliberately. You provoke no panic. Why? Training. Civilians improvise. He shrugged. Bond pulsed warmer. Her gaze held. Testing still. She tossed the bottle back. Rites continue. Public hunt tomorrow. Live prey sim. CERN observes. Ari's calm buzzed. She frowned. Chancellor amends. Add venom rounds. Authentic trial. Kaela's ridges spiked. He schemes. Again. She gripped Evan's shoulder. Claws firm. Not piercing. Protective weight. You adapt. We counter. Evan nodded. Trust solidified in the grip. But Surzen's games escalated. Arena lights dimmed as they exited. Squad saluted him. First time. Back in quarters, Kayla stripped gauntlets. Paced. You're calm. Disrupts. Veer expect rage. Break. Evan brewed coffee simulant. Poured 2. Humans de-escalate. Saves energy. He slid hers over. Steam curled. She sipped. Hissed approval. Cultural breach. Acceptable. Sat closer than protocol. Knee brushed his. Ari lingered at door. Spar vids viral. Nobles debate. Weakness or weapon? She smirked. CERN fumes. Plots deeper. Stay flat. He wants controllable match.
Evan defies. Eyes locked on him.
Heat in the stare. Bond strengthens. Resonance grows. Evan felt it. Pulse sync deepening. Skin tingled where her knee touched. Together? She leaned in. Claws traced his jaw. Light. Together. Lips, scaled, warm, brushed his. First kiss, electric. Ari cleared throat. Etiquette. Private. Slipped out. Kayla pulled back. Grinned feral. Tomorrow. Hunt. Survive CERN's venom. Earn full right. Evan touched his jaw. No blood. Trust etched deeper. But venom rounds? Improvise harder. Dawn broke harsh. Arena packed. Nobles crammed tears. CERN on dais. Chalice in hand. Mockery of their bond drink. Trial marriage hunt. Princess claims mate. Fail. Forfeit. Kayla armored up beside Evan. No gear for him. Unarmored human bait. Stay near. I shield. He checked baton. Upgraded. Insulated grip. Redirect again. Gates opened. Jungle sim bloomed. Vines writhed, fog thick. Prey beasts bolted. Hidden emitters whirred. Venom rounds incoming. Pack. Deployed. Kayla led charge. Evan flanked her blindside. First volley hissed. Darts green-tipped. Kayla batted 2. Burn spread. Antidote unknown. He ignored sting, spotted emitter nest. Vines camouflaged. There. Flank. Kayla pivoted. Lance shattered it. More nests activated. CERN's voice boomed. Authentic peril. Warriors faltered. Venom fear ingrained. Evan didn't. Grabbed vine, swung to second nest. Baton smashed emitters. Darts rained harmless. Kayla roared approval. Pulled him down as Pack overran third. Her body covered his. Scales to skin. Bond flared hot. CERN leaned forward. Human leads, princess? Inversion. Crowd murmured. Ari combed frantic. Vital sync peak. Resonance binds combat. Hunt cleared. Beasts tagged. Evan rose. Arm numb but functional. Kayla's hand lingered on his waist. Claiming. CERN stood. Irregular. Audit. Kyla snarled. Passed. Again. Dragged Evan center. Public vow gesture. Forehead to forehead. Cheers drowned CERN. Quarters later. Kayla peeled his shirt. Inspected burn. Foolish brave. Applied salve. Fingers gentle. Evan caught her wrist. Team pulled her close. Kiss deepened. No barriers. Ari knocked once. Entered with datapad. Froze. Protocol pause. CERN escalates. Final right. Death dual proxy. Kayla tensed. Claws flexed. He forces my hand. Evan met her eyes. Calm held. Adapt. Bond thrummed. Trust sealed. But death duel? CERN's endgame. A scaled hand thrust a gleaming bracelet toward Evan's wrist. Honor gift for the human consort. The stranger hissed, eyes flicking to shadowed alleys. Evan opened his mouth. Thanks, Steel sang free. Kayla's blade hovered an inch from the stranger's throat. Her scales flushed battle red. Retract, or die claimed. The stranger dropped the band. It clattered on stone. Evan blinked. Poison glint. No time. Kyla sheathed with a snap. Grabbed his arm. Dragged him deeper into the market sprawl. Crowds parted. Vendors hawked glowing fruits and blade sharpeners. No escorts. Evan had insisted. Court isolation breeds spies. Open air shows strength. Kayla growled assent. Now regret flickered in her eyes. Stay flanked, she ordered. Claws tapped hilt. Evan nodded. Goal clear. Supplies for the trial quarters. Neutral ones. Court procurement reeked of CER's strings. Overpriced. Tampered. He scanned stalls. Spotted a fabric merchant. Rough-spun cloaks. No imperial weave. Kyla. There, he pointed. Slipped her grip. Wove through bodies. She shadowed close. Body heat radiated. Bond pulse thrummed low. Post-hunt echo. Merchant bowed low. Champion's mate seeks. Evan smiled. Human easy. Cloaks. 10. Sturdy weave. Price barked high. Imperial markups. Evan leaned in. Your dyes fade in trials, yes. I fixed a batch once. Starch ratio tweak. Trade secret for discount? Merchant's frills perked. Demonstrate? Evan grabbed scrap cloth. Dipped in vendor's dye vat. Added spit-moistened starch pinch. Rubbed dry. Color locked vivid. Merchant tested. Grinned fangs. Human craft. Half price. Neutral certs included. Kayla's tail lashed. Procurement charges triple. For wrought thread. Word spread. Crowd murmured. Human barters like shadow trader. Evan pocketed certs. Cloaks bundled. Next stall. Rations. Preserved meats. No court seals. Vendor eyed him. Consort. Free sample gift. Extended pouch. Kayla's hand shot out. Blocked at midair. No claims. Blade half drawn. Vendor paled. Retracted. Evan traded instead. Polished a dull knife with his boot sole stone. Razor edge. Got sealed packs cheap. 2 down. Third attempt brewed at spice rack. Lithe noble in silks approached. Evan Holt. Token of alliance. Offered. Jeweled vial. Strength elixir. Kayla surged. Pinned noble's arm. Vial shattered. Spice bloomed acrid. Political snare. CERN's third proxy. Noble spat. Alliance binds you both. Evan sidestepped. We bind ourselves. Voice steady. Heart raced but hands calm. Collected shards. Human trick. Pieced pattern. Serial mark. Chancellor's seal. Logidari. Ari Knox materialized from crowd. Datapad glowed. Scanned. Confirmed. Claim contract embedded. Acceptance forfeits your bond rights to donor house. Kayla hurled Noble aside. Escalation. Evan shrugged. Market fixes it. He haggled spices direct. Merchant tails for bulk discount. Court prices? Laughable waste. Bags heavy now. Neutral certs stacked. Evan led to central fountain. Splashed face. Cool relief on Huntburn. Kayla loomed protective. Scanned threats. Ari hovered. CERN fumes. Procurement logs hacked. Your deals undercut their graft by 30%. Public scan now. Crowd thickened. Cheers mixed jeers. Human embarrasses vaults. Kyla's claws grazed Evan's back. Possessive. You navigate webs I cleave. Team, he said. Simple. She rumbled low. Approval. Ari thrust pad forward. Worse. Fresh contract. CERN seal. Trial proxy dual acceptance. Translate. Evan scanned glyphs. Alien script swam. Ari voiced. Champion cedes proxy to consort. Refusal voids match. Duel tomorrow dawn. Opponent. House Vex Blademaster. To death. Kayla snarled. Trap. I fight. You flank. Evan frowned. Human law flickered. Liability clauses. Waivers. He grabbed stylus. Countersign here. Added lines in blocky English overlay. Universal translator pinged. Ari read aloud. Signatory assumes full peril liability. Loser house indemnifies victor's line eternally. No proxy revocation. Breach triggers asset forfeiture to neutral arbiter. Kayla tilted head. What snare? Evan grinned faint. Human fine print. Vex house overextended. Debts public. They sign. We win payout even if blood spills. Refuse? They look weak. Ari's frills flared shock. Brilliant inversion. CERN overlooked cross-script traps. Kayla snatched pad. Claws pricked screen. Signed with flourish. Send. Ping echoed market-wide. Hollow screens flickered. Contract broadcast. Crowd roared. Human ensnares Vex. Noble faces blanched. CERN spies bolted. Evan shouldered bags. Quarters next. Supply secured. Kayla pulled him close. Forehead touch. Public claim. Bond surged. Hot sure. Her lips brushed ear. You turn quartz to dust. Without blade. Improvising, he murmured. Arm around her waist. Scales smooth under palm. Ari cleared throat. Resonance spikes again. Vitals sink 98. Unheard. They pushed through cheers. Market triumph, but dawn loomed. Proxy duel's shadow stretched long. Vex Blademaster waited. CERN's final blade. Kayla's grip tightened. Sleep. Close.
Aye, God.
Evan nodded. Trust sealed deeper. Death tomorrow. Adapt. Ari Comet urgent. Amendment. CERN twists rules. Duel now mandates mate witness combat. Kayla froze. Evan met her gaze. Calm held. Blade or bargain. Game shifted. Chancellor CERN's holographic gavel slammed down. The tribunal chamber erupted in echoes. Evan gripped Kayla's arm. Packed benches loomed above them, Noble's eyes glinting like predator scales. Princess Kayla Veer and signatory Evan Holt. CERN intoned. His robes swirled as he paced the dais. The compatibility match mandates immediate right progression. Public bonding commences at dawn. Witnesses assemble. Kayla's claws dug into Evan's sleeve. She stepped forward. Rejected. Timeline violates champion protocol. Dual proxy, unresolved. Gasps rippled through the crowd. CERN's frills quivered. He tapped his console. Hollow scrolls unfurled midair. Overruled. CERN's voice sharpened. Alpha. Veto stripped for royals in contested alliances. Right acceleration approved by majority vote. Your house yields. Ari hissed from the sidelines. Her translator feed buzzed in Evan's earpiece. Ambush. He stacked the bench last cycle. Evan scanned the chamber. Kayla's shoulders tensed. Her tail lashed once. He squeezed her hand. Calm. Assess. CERN leaned in. Sign the right charter, princess, or forfeit match indemnity. Kayla snarled. You twist law for your puppets. Law serves empire. Sir gestured. Drones hummed forward, projecting contract overlays. Holt signs as witness mate. Combat amendment binds you both. Evan's pulse steadied. Mate witness. The dual twist. He raised a hand. Hold. Technical audit required. Silence crashed down. Nobles leaned forward. CERN blinked. Irrelevant. Civilian lack standing. Evan pulled his liaison pad. Linked to the central match nexus. Protocol 19B. Pre-write data verification mandatory for interspecies pairs. Request full parameter logs. Now, Ari's eyes widened. She nodded, frantic. He's right. Buried clause. CERN hesitated. Drone's word. Data streams flooded Evan's screen. Raw compatibility matrices scrolled. He flicked through layers. Anomalies glowed. Kyla watched him. Her breath synced to his rhythm. Trust flickered in her gaze. Look, Evan projected the feed. Tribunal screens mirrored it. Baseline scan, 90 to 2% neural sync. Standard for warriors. Murmurs rose. CERN's face paled, but parameters adjusted. Evan highlighted code blocks. Wirehouse flagged as high-risk volatility. Compatibility threshold hiked to 98. Who authorized? Ari cross-referenced. CERN's office seal, time-stamped pre-scan. Crowd roared. Tampering. CERN slammed his gavel. Fabrication. Audit dismissed. Evan tapped deeper, pulled audit trail. Logs show manual override. Your deputy, Minister Vex. Dropped human baseline scores by 12%, forced the match into contested status. Kayla's laugh barked, low, fierce. She seized the hollow. Claws slashed air. Sabotage proven. Tribunal pauses rights. Indict the chancellor. Judges conferred. Hammers fell. Rights suspended. Investigation launches. Parties released pending review. Nobles surged to feet. Cheers clashed with boos. CERN stormed off days. His spies melted into shadows. Evan pocketed his pad. Kyla pulled him into her side. Her scales warmed against his arm. You unravel him without strike. Data doesn't lie. He met her eyes. Gold flecks sparked. Bond tugged deeper. Airy flanked them. Vitals hit 99. Resonance off charts. But Sura won't stop. They pushed through the throng. Drones trailed, broadcasting the win. Market feeds lit up. Human foils royal plot. Kyla's hand stayed firm on his. Protective, possessive. Evan felt the shift. Not just alliance. Something raw. Quarters loomed ahead. Guards saluted sharper. Inside, Kayla barred the door. She turned, forehead pressed to his. Breath hot. You fight with mind. My blades wait for body. Her claws traced his jaw. Light. Testing. Evan held still. Together. Audit bought time. Ari cleared throat. Duel rescheduled. Dawn. Full arena. Mate witness confirmed. Kayla nodded. Pulled weapons rack open. Blades gleamed. Train now. Evan stripped jacket. Rolled shoulders. No fear. Adapt. Hours blurred. Kayla lunged. Evan dodged. Human reflexes met alien speed. She feinted high. He countered low. Palm struck her guard. She grinned. Fangs flashed. Predict me? Patterns. Sweat beaded. Muscles burned. Her tail coiled his leg. Pulled close. Bodies slammed. Breath mingled. Ari monitored. Sync perfect. Heart rates lock. Kayla released. Stepped back. Pride swelled her frills. You match, warrior pace. Evan wiped brow. Civilian trick. Stay loose. Dawn neared. Arena summons pinged. Thurin's voice over comms. Witness mates enter armed. No mercy clause. Kyla sheathed blades. Gripped Evan's shoulders. Lips brushed his temple. Survive with me. He nodded, hand on her waist. Scales thrummed under touch. Trust sealed. Arena gates ground open. Crowd thundered. Vex Blade Master waited center ring. Twins flanked him. CERN watched from high box. Game escalated. Evan drew issued vibro knife. Kayla's eyes locked his. Charge. Vex lunged first. Blade's word. Kayla parried. Evan flanked. Knife slashed low. Vex twisted. Missed by hairs. Human slow. Vex taunted. Evan rolled. Came up inside guard. Elbow cracked ribs. Vex staggered. Kyla struck. Blade bit shoulder. Blood sprayed. Twins rushed. One targeted Evan. Speed blurred. He ducked. Used momentum. tripped into Kayla's sweep. Twin crashed, crowd gasped. Civilians sink. Surin stood, frills flat. Invalid form, Ari shouted from stands. Protocol holds, mate bond, proven. Final twin charged Kayla. Evan intercepted. Knife locked, strength strained. Kayla spun, double strike. Twin down, Vex roared. Final assault, blades met in frenzy. Evan covered her blind, punched throat. Vex choked. Kayla ended it. Blade through guard. Vex fell. Arena exploded. Veer triumphs. Human unbreakable. Med-drone swarmed. Kayla hauled Evan up. Blood streaked her scales, his cuts shallow. You fought his clan. She crushed him close. Lips claimed his, fierce. Public, bond ignited. Heat flooded veins. Proud chanted, Union! Union! Cern fled box, but feeds captured all. Ari rushed ringside. Rights resume. Uncontested. But whispers, Cern petitions High Council, claims fraud. Kayla bared teeth. Let him. Evan leaned into her, calm held. One threat down, more coiled. High Council loomed, Empire's core. Cern's last gambit. Kayla pointed at the door. You're not my prisoner. Prove it. Evan blinked sweat from his eyes. Med drones hummed around them in the arena's undercroft. His ribs ached from Vex's glancing blow. Blood crusted his knuckles. He glanced at the heavy blast door. Palace guards flanked it, frills rigid with protocol. She released his arm. Scales gleamed under the harsh lights, streaked with arena grime. Her eyes locked on his. Golden slits narrowed in challenge. Evan straightened. No time for doubt. He stepped forward. Guards parted without a word. The door hissed open. Cool corridor air hit him. He walked through. Kayla followed close, her boots echoing his. A sleek shuttle waited at the pad. No escort, no fanfare. She vaulted aboard. Evan climbed in after. Engines thrummed. The craft lifted silently, cloaking fields shimmering as it slipped palace sensors. Where? He asked, strapping in. Off-grid, her claws tapped the console. Safe house. Cern spies swarm the core. High Council convenes tomorrow. We prepare. Evan nodded. Practical. No panic. He scanned the shuttle's stripped interior. Military grade. No luxuries. Weapons racks bolted to walls. A single bunk. Forced proximity already. The safe house nestled in jagged peaks. 2 hours out. Rock camouflage hid the entrance. Kayla punched codes. Stone parted. Inside. Dim glow lamps. Tactical hollows. Ration packs. Spartan, her style. She tossed him a kit. Clean up, then we plan. Evan stripped his torn tunic. Ointment sealed his cuts. Human skin knit fast under alien nanospray. He pulled on fresh fatigues, scaled for Veer physiology, but they fit. Kayla emerged from the sonic cleanser. Bare scales rippled with muscle. Battle scars traced her arms. Thighs. She moved like coiled power. No shame. Warrior norm. Sit. She activated the holotable. Empire maps flared. Palace at center. Council chambers pulsing red. Cern petitions fraud. Claims your sync was staged. Twins were his proxies. Evan leaned in. Proof? Feeds show truth, but council twists facts. Her tail lashed. You fought as equal. Now act it. Tactical input. Full access. He paused. Civilian liaison, not soldier. But Arena proved otherwise. Assign roles. What's the threat matrix? Her frills flared. Surprise? Respect? Direct. Good. She synced his wristband to command net. You hold left flank analysis. I take assault vectors. Equal. Evan pulled data streams. Palace feeds looped on loop. Crowd chants masked the whispers. Cern's allies circled. He spotted gaps. Auxiliary comms relays, blind to main surveillance. Comms jammed here? He tapped a node. Kayla growled. Ari's cut off. She's our eyes inside. Evan rummaged the safe house stores. Spare parts, crystal resonators, power cells, old human tech adapter from his liaison kit. Improv time. He jury-rigged a bypass. Twisted wires, calibrated frequencies. Human engineering. Simple. Robust. No fancy quantum bullshit. Tested ping. Clean signal. Routed through asteroid debris. Slipped palace nets like water. Done. He handed her the band. Link to Ari. Low band. Encrypted. Kayla synced it. Hollow chimed. Ari's face popped up. Frills twitching in the palace dim. Princess. Human. Cern's riling the elders. Claims Evan's primitive rage faked the bond. Evan cut in. Feeds? Ari patched them. Cern's speech droned. Fear bloodline diluted by soft skin. Kayla snarled. Counter? Working it. Ari's eyes flicked to Evan. Your hack. Clean. Palace missed it. Sharp. Human. Practical, Evan said. Keep feeding intel. We'll hit council prep. Link dropped. Kyla stared at him. Silence stretched. She deactivated the hollow, paced the narrow room. Tail coiled tight. Duty binds me. Evan waited. No push. Vire code demands alliance match. Empire fractures. Border wars. Cern's faction rises. Human compatibility sparked the right. Arena sealed it. But council can void if I falter. Her voice dropped. Claws flexed. I test you now. Human decision model. How choose you, mate? No protocols. Truth. Evan met her gaze. Golden eyes bored in. Vulnerable under the steel. Trust teetered. Straight. He pulled a ration bar, split it. Offered half. Humans build on consent. Clear terms. Mutual opt-out anytime. No traps. Earn it daily. She snatched the bar. Bit deep. Weak? Breaks chains. He tapped his wristband. Pulled up a template. Diplo contract from his liaison days. Modified on fly. Joint pact. Sign as warriors. I consent to trial bond. You consent to mine. Breach voids it. No empire games. Kayla scanned the holotext. Frills rippled. Shock. Equals clause? You release me from duty? If I fail you? Yes. He extended a blade from the table. Oath cut, Vire style. Her laugh barked. Rare. Sharp. Bold Holt. Humans twist rules without breaking. She gripped the blade, slashed her palm, blood-welled. Iridescent blue. Pressed to holopad. Seal glowed. Evan mirrored it. Sting bit deep. Human red mixed blue on the plate. Pact locked. She grabbed his collar. Pulled close. Heat radiated from her scales. Bond holds. Prove pact now. Lips crashed. Fierce. Testing. Tongues met. Alien spice on his. He gripped her waist, firm muscle under scales. She growled approval. Pushed him to the bunk. Clothes shed fast. Her body arched over his. Power and curve. Claws raked light trails. He mapped her scars with hands. Steady. She hissed pleasure. Thrust met thrust. Rhythm built. Her tail wrapped his leg. Claim. Heat bonded deeper, veins humming from arena spark. Release hit hard. Shared gasps echoed. She collapsed beside. Claw traced his chest. Human endurance. Unexpected. Teamwork. He smirked. Ari's ping cut the afterglow. Council accelerates. Cern ambushes rights. Poison challenge at dawn. Kayla bolted up. Vectors. Evan already pulled hollow. Go. Flank it. Pact. Starts now. But the safe house alarms wailed. Intrusion. Ping. Cern's hunters closed fast. Evan slammed the holopad shut. Alarms shrieked through the safe house. Red strobes flashed across Kayla's scales. Armory hatch. Now! She yanked him toward the bulkhead. He snatched his liaison kit. Data spike. Multi-tool. The pact-sealed blade. Boots pounded metal grates. Kayla's tail lashed, clearing a path. A blast rocked the outer door. Hunters breached. She spun. Claws extended. Stay behind. I carve exit. No. Evan jabbed the multi-tool into a panel. Wires sparked. Emergency vents hissed open. Ducts lead to sub-transit. Faster. Her eyes narrowed. Then she nodded. Leapt in first. He followed, belly crawling through humming darkness. Shouts echoed behind. Blaster fire scorched the grate. They dropped into a service tube. Kayla sealed it with a plasma torch from her bracer. War hall. Direct line. Evan synced his comm to hers. Ari, extraction vector. Cern's play. Ari's voice crackled. Transit pod inbound. Hall primed. Council waits. Poison right. Dawn set. Pod clamped on. It rocketed through undercity veins. Kayla gripped his arm. Blue blood crusted his palm slash, hers too. Pact hummed in his veins. Residual arena spark. Revised terms hold? He asked. She bared fangs. Equals claws. My blade enforces. Pod jolted to halt. Warhall's undergate loomed. They burst into service corridors. Ari met them. Scales flushed. Interpreter drone hovering. Chancellor stacked deck. Ari hissed. Champion rigged. Neurotoxin gauntlets. Fail right. Match voids. Kayla snarled. We rewrite it. Evan checked holologs. Court feeds live. Pact logged pre-breach. Leverage. They stormed the hall. Massive vault doors parted. Arena sands gleamed under tiered thrones. Nobles hissed. Chancellor Cern rose from the dais, robes swirling, his champion, a hulking Vire brute in toxin-laced armor. Flexed claws. Princess. Sir's voice dripped venom. Intruders flee judgment. Right forfeits. Kayla strode forward. Sand crunched under her boots. Right proceeds. Revised. Mutual pact. Equals clause invoked. Gasps rippled. Cern laughed. No precedent. Champion tests intruder first. Yield or die. Evan felt eyes lock on him. Kayla's tail flicked. Signal. Buy time. She murmured. She vaulted the barrier. I challenge proxy. Stalemate terms. Deus yields to victor. Champion roared. Gauntlets whirred. Toxin vents hissing green mist. Crowd bayed. Kayla charged. Claws met armor in a screech of sparks. Champion swung wide. Neuro-laced fist grazed her shoulder. She staggered, shook it off. Counter. Tail whip cracked ribs. He bellowed. Evan bolted for the dais side stairs. Guards tensed. Ari blocked them. Protocol. Right halts, interference. He slipped past. Heart hammered. Cern's throne loomed. Hollow altar pulsed. Ceremony core. Kyla dodged a toxin barrage. Sands kicked up. She grappled, flipped the brute, pinned him. Claws at throat. He bucked free, gauntlet slashing her thigh. Blue blood sprayed. She hissed, leg buckled, but rolled, swept his feet. Stalemate neared. Evan reached the altar, scanned feeds. Cern's overrides glowed. Poison right lock, a slotted data spike. Court law matrix unfolded. Equals clause precedent, buried in alliance codes. Human databases cross-refted during liaison training. Champion pinned Kayla. Toxin mist choked air. She headbutted his visor. Crack. Freed herself. Locked limbs. Both heaved, frozen in deadlock. Evan routed the matrix. Mutual choice contract. Overrides arranged match. Pact seal authenticates. Altar beeped. Cern whirled. Halt, guards. Too late. Evan pressed palms to plate. Red-blue blood scan verified. Hollow bloomed. Contract locked. Binding under Veer law, Article 4.7, equals accord. Crowd roared. Kayla shoved Champion down. Rose, bloodied but unbowed, strode to dais, grabbed Evan's hand, lifted it high.
This human claims me as partner. Pact proven.
Cern, your tampering ends. Cern paled. Lies. Breach logs. Evan flicked hollow feed. Safe house intrusion timestamps. Hunter signatures traced to Chancellor's guard roster. Logged. Countersigned by Ari Knox. Ari stepped forward, drone projecting evidence. Tampering confirmed. Right poisoned. Kayla's voice boomed. Arrest Chancellor Cern. Treason against bond. Guards surged. Cern snarled, drew a concealed blade. Evan tensed. Kayla's tail coiled protectively around his waist. She yanked him back as blades clashed. Cern went down. Bound. Nobles chanted. Kalea turned to Evan. Claws gripped his collar, pulled him close. Partner. Lips met his. Fierce. Public. Crowd erupted. Ari pinged private channel. Bond sealed, but War Council calls. Border breach. Cern's allies muster. Kayla broke kiss. Eyes gleamed. Pack tested. Ready? Evan gripped her hand. Blood mingled again. Teamwork. They faced the hall together. But a shadow flickered on upper tiers. A cloaked figure slipped away. Cern's whisper network. Alarms hummed faint. New intrusion vector. Kayla's tail tightened. Hunters again? Evan pulled hollow. Worse. Fleet signatures inbound. The hall doors boomed. War horns blared,